Hello everyone, I'm Havoc and this is Factorio. We are back in another episode. This is just a few minutes after where we left off last time with our pollution hitting our friendly neighborhood fighters. And we don't have anything really to deal with that just yet. But what I did have finish in that just couple minutes between the two episodes is the piercing magazines. In fact, I could probably go ahead and queue up just some science. It really doesn't matter what. We can just run through the different items there. We have green and red science automated, so it will just run. As long as we don't run out of power, we are good to go. Which, speaking of, looks like power is going to be something that we need to address right now. Luckily, that is just as simple as expanding out our existing system right down here of boilers and steam engines. Nothing crazy or off-the-wall complicated. Drop those down. We will go ahead and put our power poles in place. Extra lighting. For everyone to be able to see what is going on here. And I only crafted 2 boilers. Interesting. Thought I was making 4 boilers and 8 steam engines. But that is okay. We remedied that issue very quickly. And this will again boost our power greatly. This is going to increase our coal consumption. So we may have to look at our number of miners down there. I think we're okay. I don't know. Let's look. Yeah, a few of these are not even running on this side. I don't like that that is prioritizing the side that I only have a handful of miners on. We should probably go ahead and add a few more. I have added turrets all over the place, just because I have a feeling that that nest up there should be sending an attack any minute. It's been blinking with the pollution, so it tells me it's absorbing pollution. And that means that it is producing biters, and it is only a matter of time until they decide there's enough of them to come down and wreak havoc. Ha ha ha. I made a terrible pun. Because my gamer tab, it's havoc. Rough. Alright. That should help. I could also, since it is prioritizing this side, what we can do is simply do that. And that guarantees that this side will always be full, and then this side will be full when this one backs up. But that will help us drastically since we only have, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miners on this side, and we have 8 on the other. That will help to balance that, but that should drastically increase our power availability, which is wonderful, and we can move on to other things. I do want to figure out maybe like a mall setup or something along those lines to get some of the useful items going to continue expansion of the base. That way I can stop pocket crafting everything that I need. Oh yes, power poles, medium power electrical poles, electric poles, medium electric poles. I just call them power poles. But I can swap out these. In fact, I could have spread those out more, but I mean, that's fine. That gives us coverage of all the miners. I do want to get some of the big electric poles so I can get rid of these long gaps here. What am I going? I'm going to run out of iron. Okay. That's an easy fix because the buffer that we set up in last episode. Okay. So, for the mall, a lot of things simply take gears and iron plate. These power poles take copper, steel, and iron sticks, which I can craft locally because iron sticks are not prevalent in many recipes. I do want to get electric mining drills, and that is again iron plate, iron gear. So, trying to think of the best way to do this. And I really feel like we're just not going to have enough iron production. Certainly not enough steel production to keep anything flowing at a decent pace. And this was just a quick setup to get us steel. That's not the final form. You haven't even seen my final form! Oh goodness. Anime. I just have all the worst jokes today. I don't know what's going on. But let's roll and have greens coming back this way. But really, I need to... Oh! Wait a minute. I missed a couple of biters sneaking in. Also, I saw red right there. There's red right there. Which means that they have expanded. Or that is them? Okay, that's the edge of the map. Never mind. The scale of this mini-map to the map is a little different. Of course it's different, but it was throwing me off there. I do want to get medium armor, which is just a lot of copper, which is not a big deal. I have copper buffered right there. Or not medium, heavy armor. Let's take our light armor off. And then right down here, we will put the light armor in that slot. So now I have heavy armor. I would like to get a decent amount of the piercing rounds, and I think for that I'm just going to... This is a terrible idea. Grabbing everything out of one chest is going to make this incredibly slow. And I need a lot of these. Medium power poles right here. That will get the assembler running that holds our piercing rounds magazine. And I do not need a fast one to pull that out. There's no need to restrict this because it will run out of resources and be unable to craft any additional ones. Momentarily, I will toss that extra stack of regular firearm magazines in there. That's 5 plus 0.5 physical damage. These are 8 plus 0.8. That is a pretty significant increase in damage per bullet fired, which is good. I mean, as early in the game as we are, these rounds should absolutely shred the poor biters, which is exactly what I want. And I could do with some grenades. That takes an awful lot of coal. Coal and iron plate. And hey, I have coal and iron plate right here. We're going to throw together a simple little setup right here. And in fact, I can drop that down to here. And I will put fast inserters on here. Alright. How many grenades do we need? That is the question. I'm going to say a healthy amount. No, I don't want to go crazy with grenades right now. I forget what they stack to, but probably 2 stacks. will be sufficient. Plus that's going to take a significant amount of time. We'll see. If they stack really small numbers, then that may bump that up some. I really can't remember. I don't remember the last time I've used grenades. So I don't remember what they stack to. Okay. Military science. I'm going to have to set all that up anyways, but I want steel furnaces. I would ideally like to have these automatically made, but I don't think that's going to be feasible at this point in time. So what I can do is manually bring the amount of stone blocks that I need up here. The steel I can just grab directly out of the chest where our steel is being produced. This is a disaster. Okay, that makes me feel slightly better. I am going to get rid of all of these power poles eventually. I'm going to rip all of this up. It's driving me crazy. Okay, stone bricks. It takes 10 per. So, if I don't even know how many I've got down here. It's been running for a while. We set it up last time and just went off to do other things. Get our green science going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And each one of these stacks will make 10 times 10. That will give us 100. 100 steel furnaces. That is not a lot. It sounds like a lot. You say 100 sounds like a lot, but when you start thinking about it, this is 24. This is 24, right? So that's 48 right there. That's just 2 iron setups. I ideally would like 4 iron setups, 2 copper, and a large steel setup. So I'm probably going to need a significantly larger amount of stone block. Stone brick. We could probably use our first handful of furnaces right down here, and I could, also expand these stone bricks, since that, at the current moment, looks like it's what's going to be the bottleneck. 6 steel per each one of those. I've got loads of steel going over there. Okay. Oh, my goodness. We would have had so much more stone block by now if I had noticed the fact that I did not include inserters to withdraw. Alrighty, let's just manually extract. I have a ton more stone brick, which is great. Let's actually throw all of those in there so that I can see. I'll grab 1 stack out and pocket craft some of these steel furnaces. Stop and look at it before I say the wrong thing for the 15th time. They're furnaces. You have stone furnace, the steel furnace, and I'm pretty sure the next one's called the electric furnace. Alright, so now our hamper is going to be how quickly do we mine this. And the way that I have this set up, I can't just throw more miners right here, as that will just bump into the coal. So we need to, oh no, don't do that. Terrible, awful, horrible. We need to do something like this. There we go. Looks clean. This gives me the opportunity to get all the stone out of my inventory. That might have been a terrible idea. I may need that stone. Craft more stone furnaces for boilers. Not really, that's the only thing that I'm going to need them for, right? Don't use burner miner drills anymore. Yeah, it's just boilers. And I can make 28 more. I'm not too worried about it right this moment. So we will make additional miners And also, now that I have these wonderful, amazing power poles, we're going to alter our setup for powering these items and just put it in the middle. This will allow me to stack a lot of our drills tightly together, so I can just put them right next to this row. Right now, ooh, that's a problem. Ooh, getting distracted. There's no coal in that one, but that one will output stone and coal. That's a no-no. We're not doing that. No siree. I can fit one here. It's gonna gather 10k. Why not? Just that little edge right there that it can touch. That's okay. So, are we producing enough stone to at least keep all of these running? Probably if they all had fast inserters for insertion. That would keep it running if I could supply enough, but now I'm certain I'm not producing enough stone. That's okay. What we're going to do is that will gather nothing but stone. That one will as well. I'm going to drop power in there. And this is going to be another underground. That's not the right spot. That one is. And I'd like to ideally cover as little coal as possible, so we'll tightly turn that in there. This is probably very excessive on the stone block now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we can't even unload. I don't have stack inserters yet. That's okay. Let's grab all of that. And we're going to bring all of these stone bricks and throw them right up here to make us steel furnaces while we move on to the next project. How's this going? 40, and we ran out of copper. Let's actually load that thing up with lots of copper, because it uses 5, I thought it was 3 copper plates. Holy cow, 5 copper plates and a steel. Ooh, those are some expensive bullets. But we'll move right down. That's a lot. I don't even know how many it's already made. 27. We're rocking it now. So this is what we're going to do. We will simply go ahead and upgrade. And that gives me all these furnaces, which is what I was thinking about earlier. I don't believe I said it out loud because I have a tendency to think things and not speak. But the reason I wasn't worried about making additional stone furnaces or keeping the stone was because I knew I was going to swap those out and get more. Now, our power is still fine. We're looking good. Alright, we need to make a lot more miners. The miners... I'm going to temporarily set up an easy setup for the miners by moving this. Jack the power there. There we go. And then probably move that one. I do want to keep a couple of turrets in random spots around the base, because early game you never really know where the biters are going to come from. That's actually a bad spot, because I need to offload from here into a chest there. Now, greens, all of these items are made right here. I swap to a fast inserter for inserting. Here, actually, we can do extraction as well. That'll get this moving very well. So the only issue here is that this machine's getting all of its gears from this one I think we should be alright. It's going to run a little slow, but that's okay. It is going to make us miners while we're doing other things, and that's the biggest thing. I'll be able to run by here every now and then and grab a stack or two, if there's two in here, of our mining drills, and move along. So let's look at mining more iron. What I think that I would like to do, and I say think because I'm not certain. I do that and drop a power pole in that reaches all but these. So I can drop right here. Another one and a power pole there. So this is all powered by that. We're going to do this. So I can remove this set of power poles when I finish powering this. So it's going to be here to here with our undergrounds, and then here to here. And this allows me to come in, drop medium poles. Has to be there and there. I'm also going to move our lighting in there, in these little pockets, right next to the power poles. And with this nice, wonderful, clean edge, I'm just going to bring more in. Now, the first place that I'm actually going to need an underground might be right here, going this direction. Yes, that will grab that power, and then I'm just going to stick it out here, because there's no sense in putting another set of miners over here on the top side. That's all the miners I had. Are you working for me, factory? How many do we have? 16. Perfect. Automation. It's just delicious. Okay. I should go ahead and finish this out. I could also add a few out here. I don't know if that's necessary. We're gonna do it like that. It's very odd, but that will throw just a slight bit more ore on the belt and hopefully help us out. Another thing that I really should do is set up another line of feed over here. Oh, wait a minute. That's horrible. Terrible. Let's drop that right there. Tuck it in nicely. Okay. This is going to take an awful lot of miners, but it should set us up very well. We are going to repeat our pattern with the undergrounds. And then just belt in between. I think I won't need any more undergrounds out there. Okay, for now, we will simply dump that in, and when I get this up and running, it will make it so that we don't have any issues with getting full belts out after our small baby balancer. Just a splitter. And keep you stocked. I am going to keep one stack of the regular magazine rounds, just because I don't have an awful lot of the piercing ones just yet. And I don't want to run into an issue where I don't have any bullets on me and I'm being chased. That just sounds like a terrible time. You know, grab those 16 miners earlier. It felt like I had so many and they're already gone. There's 24, even more this time. There we go. Doing good. And then I think I can get away with just dropping some power right in here. No, that one doesn't reach. Okay, well, I will just follow the pattern correctly. Now that works out too, because I can fit just a few more miners here and there. Okay, we should have no issues with throughput over here now. Okay, let's just keep science moving. Science that is impactful, that is. Well, I mean, everything's impactful. Let me say this in a more correct way. Science that will unlock more things for us. Research speed for labs is good. Actually, stronger explosives is good. But more projectile damage we'll get around to, but that's not the priority at the moment. Oil processing, these are all wonderful things. So, let's get those going. All the steel furnaces. I have plenty of stone block. Stone brick. Feels good. Feels right. Okay. This gets us a handful of things, but now we do need to figure out the actual mall situation. So I would like, as I stated earlier, actually, ooh, hold on, before I go making a mess of everything here, I can get rid of these power poles and replace them with better versions. If I do that, powers all of these and the outside run. Mistakes were made. So if we... I don't want power pole there. I think what I will do is this. Remove this one. And that one. So this was running our power over. We're going to fix some stuff here because this was only meant to be temporary in the first place. It's really starting to bother me. So I can run power from here to this, and that should turn all of this back on. Okay. That works. Cleans up the nastiness there. And allows me to power this. Really, it's the fact that I'm going to blueprint this in just a moment. And I want the blueprint to look nice, not that. Oh, I love the conveyor just pushing you around. And what's going on? Okay, yeah, they finally came in a major attack. I knew it was going to happen. I was just waiting. Alright, and then for this one, might actually just to keep it neat. Actually, that won't reach, will it? Okay, so we'll do it like this. I was going to put the medium power poles on either side of the belt, but the problem with that is that they will not reach all the way from one blueprint to the next, so I won't be able to stack them neatly regardless. But doing it like so, I can drop them in. I'll have to move my lighting slightly. Where will we be able to sneak these in? Actually, I'll probably drop them just opposite the power poles in the middle of the blueprint. Hopefully that's enough lighting. We will see. Oh, that's so much better than all those crisscross lines. But the main reason that I wanted to do that is because I am going to make a blueprint of this, minus the wonky stealing the coal at the end. So minus that right there. And that allows me to drop that down. Because I want 4 for iron, 2 for copper, so we can grab that and drop it again. 2 for copper. And then our steel setup will not look the same, obviously, because we are going to do direct insertion passing through and fueling from the middle. If you don't understand the mumbo jumbo that I just spoke, you will get to see it shortly. And I will explain the words that I spoke there as I'm doing it so you can get a visual of what's going on. But I do need to grab some supplies. I am going to need to make some more undergrounds for sure. I got rid of my buffer for greens, which is not good, so let's replace it and close it off. I have a handful, so it's not like I'm going to run out right this moment, but I don't want to run out and then need it and be mad that I took away the buffer. Alright, and I do not need that ore on me. I have no copper ore. I don't need coal. Now the 4 stone I'll just keep, it's alright. But I absolutely do not like when my inventory gets out of control crazy. So let's make some more undergrounds. And then I'm going to need lots of inserters, and I will need more steel furnaces. Steel furnaces are here. That is not going to cut it, but it's a good start. I'll just leave that running. I think the reason it's moving so slow would be the slow inserters. That'll speed it up rapidly. And I needed inserters, which I have a very nice buffer of. That's what I'm talking about. We know that it is 48 per blueprint, so that will do 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit extra. And I have 4 down, so we'll grab that last little 12. I should have more than enough. What I probably don't have enough of are medium power poles. Where are my robots? The robots! We'll get there. But I do want to massively overhaul my smelting. I'm gonna need to go deal with the biters. That was a very big attack, and it's only gonna get worse the more things that I put down and get running. The greater my pollution, the greater their anger. And I see a rogue light bulb. Say rogue, but it is probably there. Hold up. Oh, that's because I misplaced this. But say, is the blueprint broken? Why were there no ghost images for inserters right there? That would be because I did wrong. Okay. I'll also just go ahead and plug the power poles in while I've got them in my hand. If I have enough. I should. I was crafting quite a few. Yes, there we go. Okay. All the power poles are in. I'll finish this setup here, and then I'm going to figure out what we're going to do with the biters. I mean, I know what I'm going to do to the biters, but I don't know that I have the resources to do that just yet. Let's see. Okay, so they stack to 100. That's plenty of grenades. And for this, it seems like it's just the amount of time that it takes to craft one, which is why that's all I have. It's 8 seconds per. And these right here move at half crafting speed, which means that's 16 seconds per. I could go ahead and upgrade that one. We could upgrade a few of our essential assembly machines. And when I say essential, I mean the ones that are producing our war supplies. Whoa, throwing everything in there. That's not what I want. 154 piercing rounds and some grenades. I'm super over prepping for a little bitty nest over here. But I don't know what's off to that side either. It might be a bigger nest. Put grenades on the hotbar, and I've got my ammo. I have heavy armor. I'm super prepared. I want to go ahead and take out these worms right down here because they just bug me being this close. Give me a little room to maneuver. Whoa. Well, yep, that was easy. Outside of standing in their spit, their acid attack. Oh, man. You heal naturally so fast outside of combat in vanilla Factorio. And I see an attack on its way right now, probably destroying a turret, almost. So let's beef this up just a bit. There, 25 in each of them. And I will repair you. I think I had just one turret up here and it got overwhelmed. Now with 5 on the front edge, that should not, excuse me, that should not be a problem. Looks like just a couple of nests, maybe 3 nests. Let's see. 3 nests and a worm. Oh, you guys don't even stand a chance. Super easy. And let's see. So this is all water up here? I mean, that works. I'll only have to worry about over here. The only issue is if I go to expand this way, I'm going to hit that water eventually. This is quite an awkward little area. Landfill. Getting landfill early might be a very good idea. Of course, I keep thinking in large proportions. I don't need a massive base to launch a rocket in vanilla Factorio. Yeah, I figured there was another nest out here. We should probably go ahead and take this one out as well, if we can. Stopping to shoot is dangerous. Get rid of the worms, they're really the only issue. These spiders and nests are no problem. Okay, that one looks like it might be too much to take on just yet. We will continue down this direction. Doing a little expanding of the map and trying to catch up with our pollution out this direction. I haven't seen any biters come from over here. Just the ones from the top, so I don't know that there's a nest, but we will take a look and see. It doesn't look like it. That's good. We won't have to worry about anything this direction for just a little bit. Nice size copper patch and iron right beside each other. And I see the edge of some uranium over here. Okay, that's too many worms for me to worry about at this point, this early on. Oh man, as I say that, and then here it is, my pollution is growing this direction. Oh, do we attempt it? I guess we do, because we're running over here. Send these things out. Wonder if I can get at max range to shoot this and not be shot at. No. Looks like it's going to shoot at me regardless. Oh, maybe right here? There we go. Just have to be creative. Oh, there's a lot of spit. I don't have to deal with the spiders spawning from the nest. Potentially I can maneuver around. And this might be really hard for y'all to see too. It's dark now. Holy cow. Run! Ooh. Here we go. Just max range it. Okay. Do some fancy running. Nope. Do some fancy dying. Got it. Are there any fish? Let's grab some fish. Or just back up for a second. I have 65 rounds left. That's plenty for right now. And fish are kind of broken in this game. Uncooked raw fish. You just eat some sushi. Heals you up really good. I did not know sushi had such healing properties. Let's just try and burn them down. There we go. Okay. Well, that was not as bad as I was expecting. I am going to wrap around this body of water. I say that, hopefully it's not massive. I think it just goes right around there, and if it does, that's good, because I'm going to just try and walk around through there. There's our uranium patch. How big is that? 39 million. Yeah. It's probably all the uranium I'll end up using. No, it definitely is, because, like I said, this playthrough is simply to launch a rocket if I make it that far. I miss my mods. But this is a good refresher, because I've forgotten a lot of things, and this is bringing a lot of it back to me. Alright, now water, just how far down do you go? Hopefully you turn right here is what it kind of looks like. How's my pollution? It's not heading this way at all thanks to the trees. I mean, look at this dense forest. This right here will soak a ton of pollution. So I don't have to worry about it going this direction. Also, nice stone pile, 66 million. It's almost like I cranked the... Ooh. It's almost like I cranked the resources up or something. Can I sneak past? They're going to aggro for sure. Maybe just in the edge of the trees. Oh, getting stuck. Okay, we made it past without upsetting them. More oil down here. I don't think I need to worry about this oil, because I have oil right next to my base, which is amazing. Again, this is a blind seed. All I did was hit play. It's not a bad seed whatsoever. And while we were out doing all this, the factory has been diligently working on things for us. Why are we stopped at 35% solar energy? 36. Okay, it's just slow. I thought potentially we had an issue at the factory. Which we may still have an issue, because I don't feel like it should be that slow. I should be safe. I'm going to use the map to take a look. Nope, it's just the speed of the labs. You know, I was saying something about lab research speed not being that important, and here I am watching them struggle. Every research takes a different amount of time. See, this one is 30 seconds per, and that's why, and it's 250. This one's 30 seconds at 250, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. This one was only 75. It's only 100. So they're all sitting at 30 seconds per cycle time per science pack. So I'm not going to bother with the research, but what I will do is simply make more labs because we have that option. I think probably bumping it up to 16 is a good idea. It's going to require me to grab some more iron and copper. Oh, that's because I already have the greens. Got it. I have 2, 4, 6, 8 here, so I can put just another row down here, extend it out, all kinds of different options. Let's move our turrets. Where did they go? Right here. And that just gives us a little bit of protection. This, honestly, I don't even think we need any on this side for right now. Possibly because this pollution will wrap around and up here slowly over time. But the trees here are really putting in the work to deal with the pollution going east and south. Okay. For now, I'm just going to do this because we are so close to our production of red science. Sure. That'll work, I guess. I was trying to maximize how many inserters we can power. And we will go ahead and throw 2 more labs out here. So that's going to be, what, 18 labs? That'll speed up our research greatly. So let's take a recap for a quick minute here. We've cleared out the imminent threats to us, so our priorities now should be to increase the production of our resources and begin the mall. Because increasing the resource production I can already do with what I have being produced right now outside of medium power poles. Medium power poles, how hard would it be to make these automatically for me? I need copper. Copper here, steel right here. This is going to be a mess, but I can run this here. I can grab out of that with a long-handed inserter underground over to here. I will need sticks. That does not need to be an upgraded assembly machine because we are going to make iron sticks here. And then we will pass the iron sticks into an upgraded one that will make us medium power poles. And this is going to take steel and copper. So bring the steel in like so. We'll bring the copper up right over here. And this should get us lots of power poles once I start powering everything. There we go. I think 3 stacks will be just fine. The small electric poles have no use anymore, so we will look at just disposing of them somehow. By disposing, I mean they're going to end up in a chest and forgotten about for the rest of this playthrough. Because there's no way to actually trash items in Factorio, unless they've added it in the last year or so, I guess. Not saying I haven't played in a year or so. Just saying. There we go. Medium power poles. It's already made 22. That's what I'm talking about. This is what's taking the longest. It's already got a fast inserter. It's the speed of this. Maybe I do need normal speed 1. And now the question is, does that keep it? No, it still doesn't feed it fast enough. You need stack inserters, but I don't have those yet. We do have all of the items to continue producing. I do need to grab more stone brick and bring it up there to where we are making steel furnaces. I bet this chest is full down here. Oh yeah. I knew it after I totally ramped this up. I don't want that many steel furnaces. That's probably good. Because each one of these stacks is 10 more. This is an awful lot. That's 10, so that's 20 times 10. That is 200 more steel furnaces. That should be all we're going to need for a long while. And we have plenty more than enough steel to supply that. So that can just run. And we will get back to expanding our smelteries, our smelting arrays, our furnace arrays, you know, whatever you call it. That one's good to go. Just needs the ore coming in. And what I'm going to want to do here also is focus on future-proofing. So I'm probably going to want to expand the distance between the end here and where I start producing things. So shove it this way, north. That way I can later upgrade these to red belts and just double their length. As that will give us a significant output of resources. Ah, the belt moved me. It's starting to look nice over here, starting to look like something. Can't remember if there's a button that allows you to only place something over a ghost blueprint, so I could just hold this down and run. And see, instead of doing that and placing an extra one. But I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, the hard way. And hopefully not misplace anything. What riveting experience this is. But once I have this done, like I said, this will allow me to do a lot. Including setting up a balanced bus. That's not the right direction. Balanced bus. And where are we at? Right here. Get my coal moving through everywhere. We won't place that one just yet. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We can go ahead and do it. So these four will be our iron. These two will be our copper. I did not place inserters down here. I also did not place lights. Let me fix that right now, since it is actually dark. I've really got to remember that. I got so used to playing with the Afraid of the Dark mod that I didn't worry about it. Now we're well lit. Oh no, not grenades. Let's clear that. Oh my goodness. Give myself a heart attack. Do not throw grenades inside your own factory. It's not what you want to do. There. Now we're looking good. So I want to go ahead and make a balancer. Let's get a just ton of miners down. Actually, wait a minute. Power? Power is going to tank when I start setting this up. So let's work on that first. I am out of what to make more of these. I guess just iron's not going to be enough. You know what? Because I don't want to constantly craft a lot of these items myself. Let's see. Here's where there's the pipes. Pipes. And let's have one that I'm going to grab out of, and then one that makes pipes just for the undergrounds. Okay. Or steel for steel chest. There we go. I do want to limit this. Actually, we'll be using a lot of undergrounds soon. Gears, probably one full row. Now we can leave that going, making us wonderful products. This is going to be forever empty, but I don't have to worry about this too much right at the moment. I'll have those running just in case they spread and start attacking me. Miners. I need lots of miners. I need lots of medium power poles, undergrounds, which, let's go ahead and make more of those. 100 miners. That's a very nice sight indeed. 150 medium power poles. Electric poles. Medium electric poles. Let's go down here and work on this. So that's 2. I need 2 more. I think I'm just going to drop them down and then run the undergrounds, and then power will be the last thing that I do. For running these undergrounds, you just skip one in between. So you don't put one here and then you come down here. Now I can start powering these. Oh, I need more lights. Let's make more lights. It's daytime right now, but it won't be in a minute. Trees in the way. Actually, I know exactly how to get rid of trees. This is how you cut trees down, right? With grenades? That's how that works? How it does in Factorio. Okay. I'm going to want to fit a balancer in as close to here as possible. So that one will go there, and then this last one, number 4, will go here. I'll wait to worry about the balancer till I have all 4 lines being fed anyways. And we're just going to do the same thing right down here. Slap down all the miners, then come back and do the undergrounds and conveyor. I think I can reach by just running right down here. That's better. Conveyor belt shoving me around is quite aggravating. Now, let's see. It's been a little while since I've built a balancer. Can I remember how to do it correctly? It goes a little something like that. And then those pass directly through. Something feels wrong about this. Maybe it's right. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not really sure at this point. Feels like it's balancing some stuff. It just may not be perfectly right. We'll see. It looks like it's functioning well, and I'm gonna go with it. I do have ore to get rid of. Okay, that gets our 4 iron arrays up and running. Now I need to think about how I'm going to do the copper, which I will probably underground right here. I'm going to have 2 lines of copper. So there's going to be an awful lot of sneaking and slinking around. Copper will probably just come straight down here. Then we'll underground through right here, like so. I'm actually going to shift this up just a hair so there's a little bit of space between the copper and the coal lines here. For the moment, I will simply leave what's here until I get things set up. Could also just be incredibly janky. Run this through here. Go ahead and move the line. Right, because that'll be our first copper line. And we can do a little something like that temporarily, and then I will change the feed of our ore over to there. Which means we will not need this splitter here anymore. Let's go ahead and clean all of this up. I'm gonna have so much copper ore in my inventory. There we go. And then I will add the other line, and this will actually probably end up being the other line, and I'll bring a copper line from over here. This is not going to be anywhere near enough copper, and I don't want to go vertically. We're going to go horizontally, like the other side, like our iron is. I forget that I cannot reach 5 miles. I need to be nearby to what I'm trying to do. Okay. So it looks like we'll get a nice length of miners if we run right down through here. I'm standing in the way. Yeah, there we go. That should be more than a full belt, right? How many is that? 30. That is exactly how many we need. That works out wonderfully. So, go down through here, and I'm out of undergrounds. I could have figured that. I'm using them like crazy right now. Really need to get that automated. Okay. So, drop these in, we'll drop lights in and hook up the power, and this will get us lots and lots of copper going. This will be a full yellow belt going into an array that can do more than a full yellow belt, so Should be good. Let's actually swap this out and put one. Oh, it's one block from reaching both of them. That's aggravating. We'll drop that there. And we're going to do our cheap balancer. Just a splitter right here. And I will simply disconnect one line for now, since we know we're only going to have one yellow belt coming in, and these can handle more than a yellow belt's worth. Well, the furnaces can. The actual line can only handle the one yellow belt's worth of input, so. How are we doing? I could go ahead and put copper ore over here, and that will output on the line so you'll see what's meant to be here. Nice. How's our research going? Flammables, rail signals, those are good things. Improve rail signals. Automobile, sulfur, plastic, batteries. I want it all. I need it all. If you're gonna get more and more of the research, so. Our backlog of copper has been working its way out of these. There's still 100 in all of these machines. But we can clean up most of this. Actually, I can clean up all of these. What is all out of power now? Just science. There we go. With that ripped up, there's no need to have that splitter. We can simply pick all this up. And then I'll move this horribly spaghetti line somewhere else eventually. Cannot reach. There. That makes me happy. That is a good looking array of furnaces. We just need to work on the steel. And now the steel is very, very different than what we've done to this point. I'm going to need lots of long-handed inserters along with everything else that we're doing. And now that we have these pipes and gears being made for us, I can turn my focus back to the fact that our power is going to be an issue. And I have no iron, 2 iron? Wow. Where's my buffer? All the way down here. We're gonna grab some off the line too, because seems like you're always running out. 6 boilers, let's make that 8 boilers, because what I'm gonna do is flip this down and mirror it on the other side. I will need to move my coal line right here in order to do that, so let's go ahead and adjust that. That way I can run the water underneath. With an underground. I did not craft any steam engines yet. Okay, it does not take long when you have all of the intermediate products already made. And now that I have medium power poles, you can just set these in the middle. So I think I can do something along the lines of this, right down through here. Except for that one. That one will have to go in the corner. And then your other power pole can stick out like so near the end of your steam engines. But boy, that's a mess. Let's clean that up. I'm stuck in here. I don't have squeak through. I can't go through pipes. Forgotten how to play Factorio without mods. This is going to change where my lighting can be. I can't have lighting there because I'm removing those. Oh well, I could have left that light though. And now we just need to drop inserters. And we have, again, doubled our power. 28.8 megawatts. Not bad. So as I start adding machines, I'll just have to keep an eye on that. We are going to be producing an awful lot of pollution now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, this is not the direction that I have to worry about, thanks to our forest. I am going to throw a few down just in case something happens. Spiders can sometimes take interesting paths to where they're trying to go. Okay, and now our steel setup. This one is similar, but different. So, here you are going to be grabbing, and I think I actually need a little bit more room with the belts. We'll see in just a second, because you have to do an inside feed for coal. So this is going to take coal, and it's going to take iron ore. It's going to smelt the iron ore into iron plates, which it will then pass into this smelter. This smelter is going to take fuel off of a line. One of these lines will have fuel, and one of these lines will have our steel. So what you do is we will designate this one for fuel and the other one for steel. And the reason I did that is just because I'm building this side first. So right here, these are going to grab from this belt right in front of them, which will have the fuel them, and these will grab the steel and pass them out. For the other side, you have to invert that. So these are going to grab the fuel from over here, and they are going to drop the steel onto this line. Which then means right here is where you're going to have your other items. So we need to get our coal onto this line and onto this line. The inside of this one line. So what we can do here, and I want to save as much space as possible. So what I might do is something along the lines of this. No, that's definitely not going to work. Yeah, I have to have it pushed down one more. I need a little bit of space to work with, so here. We're going to be passing our fuel through like normal. Part of it's going to go there. Part of it is going to go here. This is the end of the line, so actually I could just do this. And we will not be adding any additional smelters further down. That's never a good idea to do. You always want to plan for expansion, so what I will do here is split this like so. This is going to split the fuel a lot. What I want this to do is prioritize outputting to the right here, and then anything left can go on down the line to anything we might do. But I do want to make sure that the steel has all of the fuel that it's going to require. Now, powering these are super easy once you have medium power poles. So you can just drop those in. And the trick with this is that we can only fuel as many as the ones making iron plates as the belt can handle, right? So this is a yellow belt. We're using half of a yellow belt right here, which means 7.5 per second. And if you're making iron plate in here, can't remember how long that takes. Let's see one of these that's actually running. Does it say how long this takes? Is it, if you look at iron plate recipe here? 3.2 seconds craft time. Now that is divided by the work speed of the machine, which is 2, which means you're at, what was that, 3.2? At 1.6 seconds to make one. Math. Oh my goodness. So that times the 12, right? Let me grab a calculator. Oh yeah, you will not be able to see this because this is the calculator. 12 times 1.6, 19.2. What? Hold on. There we go. You divide it. That's what you do, not multiply. 12 divided by 1.6 gives you 7.5, which is exactly what this can handle. More until we upgrade to red belt. So we can end this here. These are actually getting powered from over here. That's fine. But we are going to drop power pole there and power pole there. And this actually is not going to work because you need to power every one of these. So this is where you're going to change up your powering to below every set. Right below every set of the inserters further down, and that will give you all the power coverage you need on this side. And I like the look of the alternating short and long inserters, like so. You will need this to go the full length for the far side. And let's go ahead and put the output belt so it's not placing things onto the ground. Now it's just as simple as copying that but mirrored on this side. Very tedious before you have bots, but it is definitely going to be worth it to get this up and running, and this thing will produce lots of steel for us. We just need to feed it with some raw iron. A full belt's worth of raw iron. There it is. That is. I don't have enough miners or undergrounds. Let's go ahead and get some more undergrounds. Well, I may have enough undergrounds, but I certainly do not have enough miners. And I didn't put any lights over there, did I? Have enough miners now. I'm doing just fine on medium power poles. Belts, I've got enough for what I want to do. I say that, and then I don't. I believe I have enough belts for what I want to do. Whether that's the case or not, we'll find out. Oop, don't throw grenades on your toes. Not fun. Get a little distance with that. That's a quote right there. Don't throw grenades on your toes. Tell all your friends. Alright. We will not have enough here, maybe? Let's see. 26. We need 4 additional. Oh. What a mess. 4 additional ones to get where we needed to be. It's okay. We will plug the 4 extra ones in from just below here because I do want a full yellow belt coming out of this, not a partial. I want to make sure that the steel maintains good production. Oh, no squeak through. Go all the way around. There we go. And just to keep the pattern going the same, we'll drop that down. You didn't really need to. Could have powered it differently, but it will look nice and it will make my brain happy to just maintain the pattern we have going elsewhere. Alright, so that gives us a full yellow belt. And we will leave a little bit of space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then run a line here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's where I'm going to run out of belts. I said I had enough belts. I knew the moment. I knew the moment I said I've got enough, it would not be enough. You've essentially sealed your fate at that point. The moment you opened your mouth and said you had enough. Get this going. Look at that. That's beautiful. Full yellow belt. Just flowing its way right down. And let's see, for lighting, I think that will look alright. Just kind of sneak them in where I can. There's room right down here at the beginning, but then there's a lot of power poles snugly fit in here later on. Come on, do your thing. I want to see the steel flow out of here. I also would like a buffer at the end. Steel. Oh, that's too much. 4 stacks is probably a good amount to buffer. Look at it. There it goes. Flowing in. And so this is what I was talking about with a infeed of fuel in the middle earlier. And it just works. It just works. And the way this works is this outsets the steel to that side. The long hand's outset to the other side. So you're using both sides of the output belt here. And you're grabbing fuel from both sides of the fuel belt in the middle as well for the steel furnaces. Why do you have no ingredients? You are missing those inserters. They should all be functioning. This is why I like to stop and take a minute and look at what I've done, so I don't have the mistake that I had earlier with the stone bricks. There, now they're all functioning properly. Nice belt of steel coming out. Now that is a good amount of smelting, and I can set up a good bus from this. Again, I'm going to back it off of this line so that if I decide that I want to upgrade to red belts and double the size of these, I have that option if I so choose. Obviously, we can't supply that with the ore patches we have right here, but we could tap some nearby ore patches and then take advantage of additional belts worth of resources. It's just a lot of miners, and that's not a big problem. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, I'm glad you did, and I will see you in the next one.